Welcome back to the channel, Adam from RC Action Australia. Big thanks to everyone who has supported the channel all the way through 2020. Happy New Year, everybody. It's my first video for 2021, and I'm going to kick it off with a pretty cool kit that I'm going to unbox, plus I'm going to go through the body that I've already painted and show you that one. So stick around, hit like and subscribe. We're going to unbox the Top Cat by Schumacher, and I will show you the custom body that I have already painted. So as you would have seen in the introduction there, today's video I'm going to unbox the Schumacher Top Cat Classic two-wheel drive buggy. Now I'm expecting big things of this kit because it's obviously going from that hobby grade that a lot of the Tamiya kits are, and sort of going into that sort of classic sort of race, you know, I guess championship sort of series buggies, I do believe. Now I've just had a quick look at the kit. Looks awesome. The chassis plate, you know, just does scream sort of a little bit higher spec quality compared to some of the Tamiya kits that I've recently built. So looking forward to building a new manufacturer, something completely different. I've got a whole host of upgrades and a custom body that I will be putting onto this car. So I'll flick over to a little sort of unboxing montage, show you what is in the box, and I'll run through some of the electronics and whatnot that I will be using. But before we go and do that, I just want to say big thank you to everyone who has liked and subscribed. I can't do the channel without you. There's been plenty of times in 2020, last year, that I've sort of thought, yeah, maybe I'll give up. But sort of, you know, a lot of encouragement, a lot of help from people has sort of made me sort of keep it going, and I'm really happy with the success that the channel is bringing. So we're just over about 1,600 subscribers now. You would notice I've got some ads in the video. I personally hate ads. I know everyone does, but the very little revenue is going back into the channel, so I do appreciate those people who have subscribed and do put up with those ads. Now, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. I think we're up over 1,600 subs now, so that's fantastic. I'm not really here for the numbers. It is just a hobby, but like I said, it all adds on to the momentum. You can catch me on Facebook and Instagram, so go and check those out. I'll put those links in the description. So enough rambling. I will head over to that, well, you guys will head over to that sort of quick little montage of unboxing, and then I'll come back, I'll show you this custom body that I'll talk to you how I've built that, how I've painted it, and how I came up with that, and a few little custom touches. So I'll see you back with that and a few upgrades that I'm going to put on the kit. Okay, so as you can see, Schumacher have packed a lot into this tiny box. Now, it's a very, very tiny box. If you compare that to, say, a Tamiya kit, the Tamiya kit's probably 3 times bigger, most Tamiya kits. So, one downside to this, which has actually ended up in a little positive for me. So I'll undo the box here and I will show you if I can get it out without ruining too many things. Now, obviously it's all packed in. I purchased this kit off a local hobby shop, and when I opened the kit, I noticed that the body was all scratched up. Now, I don't know if that's coming across on the camera there, but yeah, a lot of sort of, look, it's just the protective film's really torn, and I don't really know how much damage is done to the body. Now, it is a sort of main part, it's a focal part of the body, so I did mention it to the hobby shop and said, look, there seems to be a little bit of damage, do you have another one, can we swap it over? So they had 3 other kits, it's now discontinued, so I'm happy that I got one before it's discontinued. They all were damaged, and in the actual kit, the chassis plate, the bottom chassis plate, was rubbing on this, obviously in transport. So one thing for you guys to look out for there, probably not a huge issue once it's built and it's painted and you've got a few decals on, you won't see it. So I was very fortunate that I buy a lot of stuff off my local hobby shop, as you know, and they contacted the supplier and the supplier agreed to send another body. Now, so I thought, why not do a custom Top Cat style body? Now, I do like the Cat XLS, which is obviously the 4-wheel drive version with a few other more sort of add-ons. So the XLS has a different wing, and it has obviously got a different body as well, but it has the sort of Schumacher colour scheme painted, in this nice sort of bold yellow, the red, then to the black. And then on the wing, we've got that yellow, red, and black as well. So I figured, seeing that I got another body, and it also came with another set of decals, which was awesome, I wanted to do sort of more of a Schumacher sort of iconic colour scheme. So that's where I came up with the XLS colour scheme. And while I was online, I did find a Cat XLS rear wing that was new in packet. So I bought that, I think it was about $11. So what I'm going to end up achieving is I'm going to have a Top Cat with that XLS paint job and the Cat XLS rear wing, because I do think that the rear wing on the XLS is nicer than the Top Cat. So it's going to be a pretty custom Top Cat by the time it's finished. I'll run through how I actually painted that for anyone that may know, but for now I'll whip over to what electronics and the upgrades that I'm going to be putting into the kit. Now, Gavin from RC Kicks, you would all know that channel if you're watching my channel. Awesome guy, he's really, really helped me throughout the year, and big shout out to Gavin for that. Now, I've noticed just from talking to Gavin and looking at his build videos that there's a few parts that it's a lot easier to upgrade and put onto the car before you build it. So I'm using his advice, so I can only recommend that to my subscribers as well, is to, if you do want to put some upgrades, do it while you build it. Now, they are a little bit difficult to come by at the moment. I ended up buying both of these upgrades out of the US. There was no stock in Australia. So I ended up with the brass plate for the front. Now, it offers sort of 2 main advantages for the kit. So not only does it add sort of more strength and durability for the front of the bumper area and where the front suspension is, it obviously adds some weight. Now, you may get some understeer and whatnot, so a little bit of extra weight into the front of the car is fantastic. I don't know if anyone's seen my run video on the Nova Fox. You would have noticed that the front end on that, it does drift a bit. It needs some weight in the front end, and just from some early on running of my current VQS, now you can get on and watch this build video. I've done an unboxing on it as well. I'll put a link up above. The front of the VQS is very, very light and can do with some extra weight in it as well. So that's fantastic that you can buy that kit for the upgrade for the Schumacher. And obviously you can straight away see that, look, it's got some parts and some hop-ups that make it sort of that race-inspired buggy. Now the other thing that I've done is the Pro transmission upgrade. Now basically just looks like a heavy-duty version of the standard transmission. So it'll enable me to run, say, brushless and LiPo and whatnot, and not have to worry about the transmission in the car. So I figured that was a great upgrade while I was building the kit. Now motor-wise, I'm gonna keep it brushed. I really do like brushed motors. Now I do have a lot of cars that I probably haven't featured too much on the channel where I do have some brushless setups, and look, they're great and they're quick, but for a lot of the cars and whatnot that I do like to build, and some of the older stuff, I still like to use that brushless motor in them. So I've got this one. I've had this sitting in the garage here for over a year, not doing anything with it, so I figured it's a great motor to put into the Top Cat. It's this Speed Minds super modified. It's a 14-turn double motor, so I'm interested to see how that actually performs. So that'll go into the kit. I'm going to run a Quick Run 1060 from Hobbywing. They are, you know, pretty economical way to have your cars running. I run a lot of these ESCs without problem. I do see people getting into some issues with them breaking and blowing up, but I think that they're probably imitation ones. So always make sure you buy them off someone reputable, and they do have these fancy stickers on the side to say they're genuine. And I figured because it's going to be a nice race buggy, I want really, really nice, fast, responsive steering. I'm going to use the Savox 1251 low profile servo in this car, so that'll be fantastic. I actually have put that servo in my VQS, and I'm going to take it out. It's way too fast, and yeah, I don't know. It just seems a little bit over the top for the Tamiya kit. It may be well over the top for the Schumacher. We'll just have to wait and see. So that's the electronics, the upgrades. So let's talk about how I came up with this custom body. I've been doing a few little custom paint jobs lately, and been getting a little bit adventurous, and yeah, finally got the confidence to try and do something a little bit special. So let's talk about how I did that. Okay, so from experience, if you do want to do a custom body or you want to tape up an area, don't go and buy just generic masking tape from your local hardware store. It bleeds, it leaks, and it leaves this sticky residue all over your polycarbonate for when you want to do the next color. So my biggest advice is don't go and buy some generic painting tape from your hardware store, because it just ends in disaster, or at least from my personal experience. Go and spend the money, and it is chalk and cheese. Now, I use a combination of different width Tamiya masking tapes that you can get at any of your local hobby stores, or you can probably get it online as well. But yeah, chalk and cheese, spend the money and get the better masking tape. So with that said, how do we come up with the custom paint jobs? Now, it's actually not that difficult. It's just getting the confidence in, you know, obviously protective film. So you can mark out with a permanent texter where you want your paint lines to start and end and whatnot, and get an idea of how you want the paint to be laid out on the body. Now, once you do that, it's just a matter of, you know, I always like to start with, I always used to start with my darker colours first for some reason, but you're meant to do lighter colours first. It doesn't really matter. If you do have good masking skills, it doesn't matter what you do. Obviously, if you start with the yellow, make sure you back it with white, then do your red, back it with white, then do your black, and then I backed it all with white, then I backed it all with black. Now, everyone's going to do it differently. That seems to work well for me. If you're doing a lighter colour, make sure you back it with a bold colour like white. Otherwise, your red and the yellow will be very dark because you've backed it with black straight up. So that's my only advice. Go and buy yourself some quality Tamiya masking tape and just take your time with the body. Now, I've done a lot of cars where it's just one colour, so a little bit out of my comfort zone to do this body, but I think it came up absolutely awesome. So the body came out good, and I was happy with that. Then obviously onto the wing. I didn't want to paint the wing just one colour. I did want that to sort of, the tricolour to flow through to the wing, as you can see. So again, I did the yellow, obviously masked off all the other areas, just had the yellow section exposed, backed that with white, remasked, it only exposed the red section, backed that with white, then I did the black, backed it all with white, and then did a light coat of black. Now, yeah, very fiddly, but you would all agree that the end result has come up quite nice. Now, yes, there's a few little imperfections on the paint lines, but pretty much you really need to be up close to be able to see it, and I'm very happy with how it's turned out. Okay, so I'll leave it at there for today's video. That was my quick sort of unboxing and chat about my Top Cat and showing off that custom body that I did for it as well. Now, I just used Tamiya polycarbonate paints, nothing special. So yeah, I can't wait to get in and build this kit. I've still got to get the, I'm not sure if I'm going to upgrade the front turnbuckles on it before I do build it. I'm still trying to find a set of those. But yeah, either way, I'll probably build it and yeah, see how we go. But I'm waiting for some nice weather to get out and run the VQS. I've done a quick little spin out on the driveway with it, but I really want to get down to the park with it. So yeah, that'll be hopefully on my agenda soon as a nice run video on the channel. So keep an eye out for that one. If you're new to the channel, please consider liking and subscribing. The support is very much appreciated. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram. All those links will be in the description down below. So that's today's video. Happy 2021 to everyone. Hopefully everyone's, had fun over the new year and basically is strapped in and ready for a year of action here at RC Action Australia. I've got, I think I've got about 5 Kyosho kits, countless Tamiya kits that you guys probably haven't even seen yet. So yeah, loads of content coming. So make sure you hit subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything, and obviously also check me out on Facebook and Instagram. So I'll see you on the next video, and thanks for watching today.